Hey, y'all. Welcome to another episode of More Than a Creator. Let me go ahead and introduce our guest. Let me send out an invite to her. Y'all, it is a new year. I am super happy that it is 2022. Hold on, y'all know I'm trying to multitask. When I try to multitask. Here we go. Hey, girl, hey. Here she is. All right, Ciara, go ahead and send an invite so you can hop on. I tried to send you one. Should be coming up soon. So welcome to another episode of More Than a Creator. Yep. Where I interview individuals who are trendsetters in the media and entertainment industry. And today my guest, she's about to come on. The request should be going through. Her name is Ciara. Here we go. Can you hear me good?
I'm sorry. Alexa, volume 1. Can you hear me? My connection is actually like really bad in Mexico. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, you look good though. Yeah, I can see you clearly. I can hear you. You look fine.
Okay, good. What's up? Hi.
Hey, nice to finally meet you face to face.
Yes, nice to meet you too.
So, I met Ciara through Instagram. I honestly do not know how I ended up following her or she ended up following me, but I know that she does like stuff in the media and entertainment field, and of course, y'all know that's what I'm into. So that's 9 out of 10 how we got drawn to each other. So, Ciara, let me know how you doing today. Tell us about yourself.
I'm doing good. You know, today is a very cloudy day here in Mexico. But other than that, I'm doing really good today. I have some plans later on to film some content. But how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Actually, I slept majority of the day, which is always beautiful.
Yeah.
So now I'm up and at 'em. Tell me about yourself, though.
Well, I am originally from North Carolina, but I am a military child. So I have, like, traveling and things like that have always been a part of my life. I have lived in like 13 different states in the U.S. So I was like, let me go ahead and try outside of the country since I moved everywhere inside the country. But yeah, so I am originally, like I said, from North Carolina. I lived in Atlanta, Texas, Louisiana, Florida, things like that. I am a mother of 2 gatos, 2 little kitties, and I'm just now starting my journey as a travel content creator. This is actually going to be my first year. It was something that was just like, you know, year 1, January 2022. I'll be 24 this year, which I call this is my halfway mark because 6 years from now I'll be 30. So I was like, you know what? Let's do something different. Let's change it up. And so I decided to become a travel content creator.
Awesome. What got you to Mexico? How did you choose that?
Well, actually, you know, at first I started with Canada. And I was like, okay, Canada, nice, beautiful scenery. But then it was like 37 degrees. I said, ooh, that's not going to work for me. I'm more of a warm climate type of girl. So I was like, let me go ahead and go down south. And I came across Metro Mexico on YouTube, actually, from other YouTube content creators. And they were describing how the fact that it was so nice here. Everyone was very kind. It is a very safe place to live. And I Googled it, and it said this is the second safest place in North America. That's saying a lot. Safer than Atlanta. I just want to say that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I was like, oh, I beat out Atlanta. Let me go ahead and move here then. So I decided to move to Metro Mexico.
Wow, just from a Google search. That's awesome. Well, YouTube search, rather.
Well, actually, if you want to know the full story, I recently went to Mexico, Cozumel, Mexico, on a cruise. Okay. And I went to Honduras, Belize, and Cozumel, Mexico. And everything was so beautiful when I came to Mexico. And then it got to the pricing of things, and I was like, I felt rich here. It was like, oh, it's $1,000. I was like, oh, 1,000. Hold on, wait a minute. They're like, oh, that's only like $10 in pesos. And I was like, oh, well then I Here we go. But when I got home after my cruise, literally that same day, I was driving home to Atlanta from Louisiana. That's where I ported out from. And I had a very bad accident. My car swerved off the road because my tire had too much air in it and it popped. And I'm sitting there just crying and crying. And then by the time I actually made it home, I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get my tire fixed. And it was really like mentally like destroying me. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to say, F it. F it. F the car, F everything. And so that's really what made me say I want to move. But then, like I said, the YouTube search is what made me move to Medellin.
Okay, got you. You said you're a military brat. Me too.
Oh, really?
Military.
My mother and my father were in the Army.
My dad, he's a Marine. I definitely understand that traveling lifestyle, and I can see how you become accustomed to it through that. Traveling, have you like noticed any cultures or anything that have like changed your perspective on the way you look at certain things?
Well, I will say that, you know, America has its own culture within itself. So just from traveling around America actually helped me open my horizons a lot more, because like the West Coast is totally different from the South, and the East Coast is different from the North. So I actually got a chance to learn and grow accustomed to so many different people at a very young age that it became secondhand nature, natural for me to be outgoing and be like, hey, how you doing? Hi. But so far living in Mexico, I only been here for 5 days. I moved here literally in the beginning of the year. It's been very, I would say, pretty much the same, with like having to navigate and learn things new as you always do when you're moving. But it's just a little bit of a language barrier. I'm not totally fluent in Spanish, so I've been trying to work on that a little bit. But yeah, so definitely I feel like culturally I've learned a lot more from people just from being in the environment itself.
Okay, so what is a curvy content creator? Let's get into that, girl.
I like to say I coined the phrase. I might have seen it somewhere else, but I like to say I coined the
phrase. That's the first time I've heard it. I was like, oh, I like that.
Okay, good. Let me go ahead and trademark that then. I'm gonna trademark it. As a curvy content creator, as you see, I'm a plus size woman, but I'm not technically, like I said, like plus size. I would say that. So I kind of fit somewhere in the middle, which is basically the national average. Someone who is kind of curvy and has a lot of, you know, fluctuous body type. But it was just something I said that, like, you know, I don't want to just be normal. I want to be someone that I can be an inspiration to people who look like me and who dresses like me, and be able to help them find and navigate through fashion, dating world, just something along those lines, because it is something that's totally different outside of being the, I guess, desired look, which may be a much smaller size. But yeah, so as a curvy content creator, I want to be someone that's an inspiration to people that look like me and able to flaunt their curves.
Good. What's your process when you're creating content?
Well, like I said, this is my first year actually, I guess, diving into becoming a content creator. Like, even though I may have a big following on social media, I never actually like took it serious. And it wasn't really until like I work with children too. It wasn't until I started like working with children. I'm just like, y'all make it look so easy. Y'all make it look like it's something that y'all could just pick up on the go. And honestly, it's not. It was something that you actually have to like take the time in, learn the algorithms, and learn the structure of social media in order to succeed in social media. So definitely my process now is I'm doing the learning process. I'm learning from other people. I'm following the people that are along with my message. I am taking the time out to learn the algorithm. I'm planning out content. Right now I'm doing a daily vlog just to showcase my life here in Mexico. So that's kind of like my process step now that I'm doing, that I didn't really take seriously before, but I'm like, you know what, maybe we should actually try this. We can actually try it.
Where did your following come from initially? Initially.
I'll be honest, I just post. Like that's what I used to say. I used to like, I just post. Like I don't even know where I gained the following from. Like this is my same Instagram from I think middle school or like high school. So I guess it's been like a process work, for the past 10 years. That's where the following came from. But I do want to now work on growing a following a lot faster by actually niching down and actually, creating a community with people.
Oh yeah, I definitely see that for you too, especially with your spirit. Like, you have a beautiful spirit. So yeah, girl,
Thank
you post
you.
videos, them followers gonna boo. So, yeah, definitely. Cause I was looking onto your page and I'm like, okay, so yeah, she's getting into she's getting more into content creating. Cause I couldn't find too much to go off of. That's why when you gave me those tidbits about your book, which we're gonna get into next, you gave me those tidbits. I'm like, okay, cool. Oh, that's nice. Good. I'm ready for the interview. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. So that is exciting.
Yes.
Getting into content creating more seriously. And I'm glad I got to have an interview with you in order for you to, step your foot out and everything like that too. So
Yes, I do appreciate you reaching out to me. Like I said, I was in my head thinking like, how am I going to be able to really get out there? So I appreciate someone like you reaching out to me and allowing me a platform to talk about my creative styles.
good. That's just perfect timing, girl.
Perfect.
So let's hop into your book, Adventures with CC Shaw.
Yes. So, this is a children's book. Like I said, I work with kids. I have worked with kids for about 8 years now. Yeah. So it's something that I am passionate about. But when I wrote this book, I was actually in sixth grade. I wrote it literally. I actually still have the journal. I can't find it right now because I'm trying to unpack and everything. But I literally still have the journal that I wrote this book in. It was on 87 pages. I was a child. I got to look through my handwriting. But when the pandemic hit, and everybody was out of a job and they were sitting at home, I was just like, you know what? This is the time to make my dreams come true. I've always said I wanted to be an author. I always said I wanted to publish my books. So I was like, you can do it now. You're an adult. Sixth grade, you're only 12, but now, yeah, you can do it. So I took the time to really correct whatever I wrote in my journal. I was a bad speller, by the way. But I took the time to correct what I had in my journal, and I added to it. And I did this back in October of 2020. I had to find an illustrator, and shout out to my illustrator on here. She is awesome. She is awesome. She really is a creator. Actually, let me grab my book. Here it goes. So this is my illustrator, Mel Nicole. If you have her, you can follow her on Instagram. But this is the book itself, Adventure with CC Shaw, the Backyard Campout. And so, like I said, back in October, I had to find an illustrator. I had to find a printing company. And all of that, I had to learn the process step about even creating a book. And that took literally a whole year. It took a whole year. And by the end of the year, I was like, all right. And I finally was able to get it published. And I actually am self-published. So I actually have my own publishing company that I published this book through. It's called CLC Publishing.
Awesome. So what is the book about?
So Adventure with CC Shaw, the Backyard Campout. It's a children's series that is centered around CC Shaw, aka me. That I like to have plenty of journals in there, but it's basically just navigating through life as an African American young girl, getting into hijinks, getting into adventures, and taking her journey and learning through her mistakes, while at the same time accepting who she is, and just having fun at the same time with her dog and her family. And that's basically what the series is about. But this book is a kind of like a scary book about going into the backyard and taking an adventure down the road, and she took the wrong turn and she encountered some things. I won't release what she encountered, but you can read about it and find out more. My website right now is currently down because I actually am working with a graphic designer to re-event my website. Because at first I did it myself, and I was like, I did okay, but I didn't didn't do that hot. Oh my God, I'm a job. But it should be back up by March. And then by March, you guys can go out and you can purchase the book. And I'm really just honing in on the very first book in the series and trying to perfect it to my liking.
Good. Okay, so you said it's a series. What else can we expect happening throughout the series? I know you can't tell us everything, but just little tidbits. What can you tell us?
Well, she's gonna have some family issues. There's gonna be some body image issues as well. Also, she's gonna have to discuss diversity in race within it, and accepting people and accepting herself, as well as accepting that not everybody will love you for what you look like and the color of your skin, but also navigating through staying positive through it all. So you should be able to expect more and more books. I don't have it all written down, like I said, it's in the journals, but you should expect more in 2023 because that's when I will release the second book.
I think that is so beautiful because I have a little sister and she's 8 years old, and I just started buying her like the books and stuff, kind of like that. Like the books with talking about your curls in your hair and going through, because sitting with her and watching the shows that she watches, I'm like, this is not like how it was when I was a little kid watching TV. Like, they need real scenarios and situations that you're going to go through and figure out how you're going to navigate through that. So I definitely be getting one of your books. And so you said in March, right?
Yes, in March, my website should be back up. The graphic designer should be done with my website, and it should be back up by March. And my link is in my bio if you guys want to go purchase the book in March. My link will be in my bio.
Good, good, good. Do you have an age group for the book?
So my age group is K through 5, but honestly, I read all types of books. Like every single child reads all types of books. So if you love it, you're gonna love it. And if you want to read it, I don't care how old you are, you can read it. But my target audience is K through 5 because I feel like that's the most developmental age groups in which they are being easily influenced at that time. And I'd rather they be influenced by something more positive than, by negative influences.
Most definitely. You said that you work with children. Well, worked. What did you used to do with them?
So I had so many different positions. I was a nanny. I was a babysitter. I was a coach. I worked with AmeriCorps as a service provider for an elementary school. I was a project coordinator. Like, I had literally many hats, but all of it, theater coach. I was a cheerleading coach. All of it pertained around children because, like I said, that developmental age group, I usually work with K through 5. That developmental age group was very important to me because I wanted them to see things, like I said, positive, and to be able to be an influence in their lives that they will talk about for years to come. Because I had a couple of people like that in my life, like Miss Weaver and Miss Hoover, that I still remember to this day, and I still talk about to this day, that influenced me. So getting into working with children was something I always wanted to be or wanted to do.
Okay, let's get into your brand collabs. So who have you?
Well, I have worked with Kiss My Bundles. This is actually Kiss My Bundles right here. It is a hair and wig bundles. I also have worked with Shein. I worked with Shein. I had a shopping haul. I have a shopping addiction, low key. But Shein was my place to go. So I worked with Shein. I also, let's see, what else have I worked with? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Kiss My Intimacy. Kiss My Intimacy is a lingerie line that I have worked with. And there's a couple more in there. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. But I have a couple that I have coming up that I will be working with. I don't want to say any names yet because I want to make sure that's finalized first. But those are a couple that I work with. Oh, and Shapelex. Shapelex is a body sculpting like suit business that gives you the faja and gets your body tight and give you that hourglass shape. But those are a couple of the brands that I've worked with so far.
So what have you done with them? Do you just like take pictures, send videos?
I've done pictures. I've done how-tos, like with the hairs, definitely. I went to school for cosmetology, so everything that you see on my head in those photos are done by me. I don't think I've been to a beauty salon since I was like 14 or 16. I've always done my own hair. So everything you see on my pictures and my frames, I've done, like I said, dyeing, how to dye and how to do the laying down lace and stuff like that. But mostly just pictures though.
Okay, the how-to, was that a video or was that pictures?
I'm sorry.
The how-tos, was that like a video or pictures?
It was a video. It was a video how-to. It was like a quick, 20-second video, but it wasn't like an in-depth video, which is something that I want to do more of going into 2022. I want to do more on my YouTube of how I actually put this all together, because people always ask me like, how do you curl your hair, or how do you lay down your lace, and how do you do this? So I definitely want to do a more in-depth videos for those people.
Awesome. And then working with the intimate clothing line, how was that?
I love it. I don't know. Me, I always love lingerie, and I love my body. I don't care what no one says. I love my body and the way I look and how I'm shaped. So I always love doing like intimate lingerie shoots. And I'm sorry, I forgot my first ever collab was with Body XL magazine. I wanted to shout out to them. They were my first ever photo shoot that I did for a magazine, and they are a lingerie-based magazine. So definitely, I love just being in front of the camera and strutting my stuff.
Do you have any stories? I know on a few of my other episodes, we talked about working with different photographers and just feeling comfortable and things like that. Do you have any stories about working with photographers and your comfort level?
Yes, so I want to shout out again to Body XL magazine. They have always made me feel comfortable in my skin, and have always got the best sides of me. Because at first I didn't know how to pose. I grew up watching American Next Top Model, but I was like, how Tyra do it? I don't know.
Right.
My eyes, I didn't know how to do it. But they were very directive, very helpful. They said, just have fun with it. Just feel it. They'll have music playing. So I definitely want to shout out to them for making me feel comfortable every single time that I shot with them. I did have some horror stories with some photographers where it did not feel comfortable at all. It was very uncomfortable because a lot of the situations that I feel like as women we encounter are sexual assault and sexual harassment, and I've had encountered those with some photographers. I don't know the names off the top of my head because I blocked them. I blocked them off my social media, so I don't really know their names off the top of my head, but I've encountered 2 photographers that have made me feel very uncomfortable. And as women, it is important that we talk about those situations and make sure that we keep our eyes out for those type of people, and always try to stay away from them as much as possible.
Do you have any advice for anyone that's trying to come into the industry as a content creator?
Take it serious. Take it serious. If you want to build a following, take it serious. Actually, do the planning, do the emailing, do the engagement part, because honestly, that will be your starting point to seeing all of those people that you want to become. That's how they got started. They didn't just hop off from here to there, unless they Rihanna or Beyonce. They didn't just hop from one place to another. They took the time out to hone in on their craft. And so I will say, for anyone that wants to become a content creator, hone in on your craft, find something that you love to do, and share it to the world, because you will find a community, I promise you.
All right. Do you have any last words to share with anyone before we wrap up?
Like I said, my book comes out in March. Go ahead Go ahead and purchase that. But any last words? I just want to say, you guys, thank you so much again for giving me the opportunity to do this interview. And honestly, I want to say, love yourself, love your body, love who you are, and it will be celebrated by the people in your community. So that was my final words.
And what is your social media? How else can we follow you besides Instagram?
Yes, you can follow me on TikTok. I was going to say Twitter. TikTok. You can follow me on TikTok at AY3E's.
Okay.
C7. They took the name Ciara, that famous woman. So I couldn't just do Ciara. So again, it is AY3E's, a C7. And of course, you can follow me on Instagram at CIARAAA._. I have a thing for threes. I don't know why. And that will be my only social media that I have so far. I do want to, like I said, branch out. And of course, if new social media comes up, you can find it on my account in my bio.
Okay, good. Well, thank you so much for coming out and speaking to me, sharing about your trip in Mexico. Well, living now in Mexico, traveling all around the world, your book, your viewpoints on body positivity. Thank you so much, and I'm glad I got to meet you.
Well, thank you again, Summer. I really appreciate you giving me this opportunity.
No problem. You have a wonderful day.
You do too. Bye.
All right, y'all. That is a wrap up of the episode. Woo! Our first episode of 2022. Let's go. Oh, she got some claps too. Thank you. She did amazing. She knocked that interview out of the box, y'all. So make sure y'all stay tuned for what she has in store. This will be dropped on YouTube as well as clips and stuff on the More Than a Model workshop page. And thank y'all for watching the More Than a Creator series. I'll see y'all for the next episode. Summer's only one season, but stick with me where it's summer year round. I'll see y'all.